Hello there, welcome to Programming Chunks, and this series is all about learning the entire authentication process for the microservices using the Node.js backend. And in this video we'll learn how could you handle the errors in the signup method. So as you can see, this is the signup method. Okay, and every signup method requires one email and password. So from the front end or from the API from Postman, we will pass the email and password, and we need to ensure that the email and password is in the right format. That's why we have used this third-party library, that is Express Validator. And here you can see the documentation. We have used this. They have used it using this functions, native functions that they provide. We are also doing the same in our application. So let's go back, and what you'll see, we'll get out of the route method, we are validating over here, and this is also calculating of any potential errors, and we are getting the rec_raise object in the callback function. And what we'll do is that we'll pass this rec object to the validate result, which is also native function from the Express Validator, to validate the request object. Whatever fields are we passing in the request object, it will just pick up from that request object and validate it if it is and here for the password we provided min max 20, and here is email. So if it is getting any error, if errors is not empty, so we are going to throw an error. So in the first go, let me just comment this out. I'll just throw an error. Okay, throw new error. As we know, that is the native class we have. Something went wrong. Something went wrong. So I'll just throw this error, and let me go to the Postman. I'm giving something wrong information. So if I'll hit it, I'll get something went wrong. So this is actually the message that we provided over here. But in order to make the error handling reusable, because we are talking about microservices implementation, so we might be needing to use this error handling logic in various areas of the microservices and in various services also. So what I have done is I have created a reusable component. Okay, let me just show you. We'll go to the definition of this part. Okay, so here is the class that I have provided. So actually this should extend the error object, the error object, logically it should extend the error object, and it should do the calculations over here and then provide the result in that over here. Okay, so first of all, what we'll do is we'll just create a new instance of this class, and we'll pass this error object to that array of errors to that. Then it will go to this handler. Okay, this handler, and it is extending the custom error. Let's go and see what is the custom error. So this is the custom error. Okay, it actually extends the error object, error class, that is the native class provided by Node.js, and this is an abstract class. We are expecting basically we are creating a model of what we could expect and what we could send back from the error handler classes. So that is the constructor. The constructor receives a message, and then we set the property of the prototype, because these are all conventions, we have to do that. Then we are declaring a function, and which will return one message and one field. So that was all about the custom error. So request handler will be extending the custom error. That means here we are expecting the stated code. We should pass the status code, and then we should pass the errors, whatever errors we are getting, and then we are mapping through these errors and we are giving them error messages and error params. Okay, now let me just show you. So I have uncommented the new error and I have used the request custom error handler that we have created. So what we'll do is that let me just console log and show you what are the errors we have received. Now we should be able to receive this error: email is not valid or password should be between 4 and 20, because this is the message we are setting. Okay, so this should be coming in the console if we do a hit right now. So once we do, see, we get the message, and here also we are getting the value, the message, the params, the body. It is coming from the body. The params is password and the message that we set. So what we are doing is we are setting the message and then the params field, and we are returning it to the function which is calling it. So here it is calling it, so we are actually giving all these things back to over here. Okay, so that was all about request error. We can handle like this. Again, let me just rewind this. Okay, so this is the abstract class. This is the custom error class that extends the error class, and what we are expecting when we are extending this class, when any another class will extend this class, we should be expecting the status code, the message, and we are setting this class, and then we'll serial errors message which will be having advanced. So once we are doing this for the request value. Okay, so we are sending the status, and then we are setting this property, and then we are mapping in the serialize errors function. We are mapping through the errors that we get from the handler, because we are passing this errors array as a function argument, as a class argument. So we'll be mapping through this over here, and we'll return the message in the field as we have seen in the custom error model. So we'll pass this thing to the front end. Now we can also, not only this, we can also do this for the database creation. Once it passes the user check that the fields are valid, then we have to see whether this user is existing in the database or not. So here is the same thing we are doing with the database connection error. We are setting the message in the return field. Okay, now the next thing that I want to tell you, that how we have configured the custom model, the custom class, and then we are extending the request validation error and database connection classes, but how all of this is getting implemented. So for this we are having this error handler function. Okay, now this error handler function is how we are passing this. We are passing this error to this error. We are using this error handler as a route, okay, as a middleware. So what happens is that whenever this route is active and any kind of error is been thrown, then it is passed to this middleware, error handler middleware, and it gets in here. We are checking whether it is an instance of the custom fields, the custom, why it's needs, whether it is present or not. So once it is there, we are sending the error code, and then we are also sending the error, the serialize method. Otherwise, if error is not an instance of custom code, we are sending this messages. So this is all about the error handling or the Node.js app. Now in the next video, we'll see how to go and deal the database connection and database error aspects related. So stay tuned for the next.